Good morning. It's Tuesday. It is April the 7th. The year is 2020. And of course, we're still stuck in the coronavirus. 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 It's the coronavirus. 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 It's the coronavirus. 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 It's the coronavirus. 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 The coronavirus. The coronavirus. The coronavirus pandemic. And we are here. We are stuck. Can't escape. Can't run from the coronavirus pandemic. I saw an article in CNN. I'm trying to look it up now. Here it is, by Van Jones. Black America must wake up to this viral threat. So when the coronavirus pandemic first got started, COVID-19 showed up in America, a lot of black people were saying that it would have no impact on black people. Our melanin, our black skin would save us. This, that. A lot of stuff I was reading on the internet. Just on social media, I was thinking, I don't know where they're getting this from. But however, we all had our suspicions about coronavirus. But now that the coronavirus has shown up here, if you're paying attention, nationwide, a lot of black people are being impacted and dying from this disease. Here in Georgia, not just in the Atlanta area, but out in the suburban and country areas of the state, they've had groups of people, family members and friends all in one area, about 27, 29 people in one part of Georgia to die. They all knew each other in some way, shape, or form. Quite a few people nationwide, although we've only had about 10 or 11,000 deaths. I think we right around, what does the thing say? Look like it says almost 11,000 deaths. We've got quite a few. I would say about half of them, or maybe less than half, are black. It's hard to say because we haven't really got a breakdown on the people who died, nor have we got a complete breakdown on the people who, we all know these numbers are funny. They're funny numbers, so you can't really go by these numbers. You can't go by what they're giving us because it's missing a lot of people who've recovered, a lot of people who've had it, a lot of people died. Those numbers are way out of whack. But I've seen enough to know, and I've talked to enough people in the medical field here in Atlanta, working at these hospitals, to know that this is having a huge impact on black Americans. And as we move forward with the coronavirus, it's going to remain around, maybe possibly for years to come, and it's going to keep striking our community. So we have to get prepared to either deal with this virus in a negative way, or we have to deal with this virus in a positive way by changing our habits that put us in bad health, from high blood pressure, being diabetic. There's a lot of issues that overweight, obesity, it seems to be taken for some reason, but we know with obesity comes diabetic, and also comes high blood pressure, heart disease. We've got to make some changes moving forward because it looks like COVID-19 is going to be here for quite some time to come. And there's this perception that the disease impacts older populations. That's not always true. The virus is crushing poor and blacker populations. It's affecting young people too. So we have to keep an eye on each other because a lot of our young folks, as you write in this article, younger African Americans are already dying at higher rates from diabetes, HIV, and cancer than white populations of the same age. And people who contract COVID-19 are already immunocompromised, appear at greater risk of complications from the virus should they contract it. Furthermore, our obesity rates are significantly higher among both African American children and adults. And those issues, obesity puts them at a greater risk of the underlying illness such as diabetes and high blood pressure. We both know that. I have high blood pressure. I take a blood pressure pill. I have been, over the years, shocked and surprised. I don't know why, but here we are in 2020, And there are a lot of people who know they have high blood pressure. They don't go to doctor's appointments. They don't check their blood pressure. They don't take medication. They just think the blood pressure just miraculously disappear. I used to have high blood pressure. What do you mean you used to have it? Did you go? When's the last time you went to the doctor? Oh, I haven't been to the doctor in 10 years, so you haven't been to go check? You don't go check your blood pressure. You don't go to doctor's appointments. You don't go, you're not on any medication. You're not dieting and exercise. Come on now. Surely you don't think high blood pressure, they call it the silent killer because you don't know. If you have it, you don't know what it's doing to you. I get my blood pressure checked frequently. And I also go to my own doctor. I'll run in there and just say, can you check my blood pressure? You can go to any urgent care place and walk in and say, I just want to get a blood pressure check. They're not going to charge you anything for that. You got them in Kroger's everywhere. They'll just sit you down and say, wait a few minutes to come out there, check the blood pressure, and send you on about your way. Now, if your blood pressure high, they're going to be like, okay, what are you doing? Thankfully, the medication I use now has worked very well to keep my blood pressure. Matter of fact, I just took it before I did this video. I used to take it at nighttime, but I've been peeing all night long. So I said, you know, we're going to change this. I kept trying to get about to be peeing. Now I can pee all morning long. In regards to some people say, Walter, well, coffee has an impact on your high blood pressure. I don't even know where that information has come from because I've researched that and I can't find it anywhere. It's more like a old wives' tale. Coffee does not impact your blood pressure in any way. I couldn't find anything. Neither could my doctor find them because I had told her this coffee. We couldn't find anything. She was like, she'd never heard that before, and this is what she specializes in. So I don't know. People are gonna come up with all kinds of stuff. But black folks are in trouble. African Americans are 60% more likely to be diagnosed with diabetes, 20% more likely to die from heart disease. We have the highest mortality rate of any racial ethnic group for all cancers combined and for most major cancers. And we represent 44% of the HIV positive population. We are in trouble. In fact, as the virus smashes into black community, it's actually one epidemic jumping on top of several other epidemics. The sad fact is too many African Americans are not healthy or adequately insured on a good day. In polite company, we speak delicately about disappropriate health outcomes, but black people are sicker than white people across the board. And just the truth, black people are sicker than white people across the board. Well, what is this? Is this racism? Is it the food we eat? Is it the diet? Is it the decisions we make? Like I said, I don't know. I'm in the gym working out, but I can't really discuss many people, my family and friends who work out. There's a few of them, my family and friends that work out. Really know about one or two of my family. Friends, just a small portion. We all should be working out and exercising and walking around and getting out and doing some stuff, but that don't happen. So, well, this is what they said. And this virus may be especially fatal to people who have out of control hypertension, a disease that is at nearly epidemic levels in the black community. That's high blood pressure. While focusing on the elderly population, the media underreported the risk for people with hypertension or high blood pressure. Well, it looks like the video froze for a second there and I had to reset it. Anyway, I may have to reshoot some of this video. But I was saying, as African Americans, we have got to make some wise decisions moving forward to protect our families. We've got to start, because COVID-19, the coronavirus, isn't going to go anyplace anytime soon. It's going to be here. And we've got to start making some lifestyle changes, or we're going to lose a lot of black people to this disease over the next few years. People have got to start dieting and exercising, eating healthy. I'm amazed at the amount of guys who contact me about working out and exercising. And then I asked them what they're eating, and because their main diet is fried chicken or fried fish or fried this or fried that. And I said, well, how many vegetables are you eating? And he said, I don't really eat that many vegetables. I'm like, what do you mean you don't eat vegetables? How could you be in fitness and working out and you don't eat vegetables? I eat vegetables every day, whether they are fresh vegetables or spinach or fruits. I mean, who could go without eating some vegetables? I make sure every meal that I prepare some vegetables, whether it's fresh green beans, greens, kale, spinach, onions, bell peppers, everything. If all we sitting around doing is eating, then some people say don't eat beans, but beans are very healthy for you. They're high in protein. It's a good carbohydrate. I don't like beans. Well, why don't you like beans? If we don't make some healthy lifestyle changes immediately, the black race is going to get decimated by the coronavirus. It's not going anyplace. They said it could take 18 months to many years before they come up with some type of vaccine or whatever. That could take years. But there are some lifestyle choices we can start making now to be more healthier in things. Because this should have been, it shouldn't have taken a virus to show up and it impact our communities in such a horrible way for people to not take their health seriously. To begin to take their health seriously, we shouldn't have to wait on the coronavirus to come along. Diet and exercise is essential. Exercise is the key to having a healthy life. You must exercise, whether it's walking, running, lifting weights, swimming. Do something. Don't sit on your ass expecting a miracle to happen. And that's when folks sitting up in them churches, knowing what's going on out here, something wrong with their asses. They still sitting up in church, packed in there, without any regards to their own health, knowing that this virus is spread by contact with people, just breathing in, and they think Jesus is going to protect their asses. Jesus don't sell ventilators. How ignorant could they be? I've never cared for the religious community. I just think they're a bunch of fools. Why? How could you, knowing this? But see, that's the whole thing. Religion has fried their brain cells, so they think going to sit up in a church full of people, 1,200 people. There's one pastor in Louisiana. I keep saying New Orleans. I think it's somewhere in Louisiana. 1,200 people in his church. Then he had the nerve to say we were practicing social distancing. 6 feet apart, 1,200 people in a church. What is this church? A dang on arena? Not possible. I wouldn't have been up in there. I would not have went, because I wouldn't have been there, period, any damn way. And waste my time sitting up there screaming at Jesus, wasting time and risking your life at the same time? No way. But unfortunately, that's the ignorance for us. That's going to go. This type of ignorance is going to play a huge role in how many black people die. I talked to a friend yesterday. He said the black folks next to him, he lives in Atlanta. He's been self-quarantined in his house. They had a cookout next door. All these people over there cooking, eating food, laughing, running out, drinking like it's a regular. They didn't care. It was a regular cookout. Barbecuing, folks on the front porch. He just sat there and looked in shock, like, what are you doing over there? These are black folks. And I'm sure some white folks do it too. Yeah, but we're talking about black folks today. But it's a shame that they don't understand. I don't even know what to say about black folks at this point when it comes to stuff like this, because they're going to do what they want to do. They're going to do what they want to do, regardless of the risk they've been warned about. If you can't, y'all, it's very hard to get across to ignorant black folks. If you ever dealt with ignorant black people or white people, just ignorant people, you would never get through to their asses. You're doomed. So if them niggas were that stupid to stand up there and have a cookout in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic where they tell everybody to stay away from each other, and they having a cookout with 20, 30 people over there, they even tell people to stay away from their own family members until this is over. I have not been near my mother since this got started. She'd come over here a couple times. I've given her some stuff, and then she took it and left, but as for hanging around, no, I just wanted to stay safe. I want her to stay safe. Although my mother has no underlying health condition that we know of. She wasn't folks that ain't been to the doctor's office since 1982. I can't make her go. I can say, let's go to the doctor. She's not, I don't need to go. I'm fine. Jesus got me in the blood of Jesus. What can I do? She claims she got the blood of Jesus protecting her. Good luck with that. But anyway, I'm about to cook me some breakfast. It is about 10 o'clock in the morning. I got up a little late last night. I couldn't sleep last night. I finally took a sleeping pill. I don't know. Well, first I got in bed, I was sleeping, and Earl was making all this racket around here and woke my ass up, and I couldn't go back to sleep. Now I need my own place. But anyway, today is Tuesday, April 7th. The year is 2000 and, I almost said 2019, 2020. I wish it was April 2019. I even take April 2021. We'd be away from the shit. But we have to see how this plays out. I think we got a ways to go here in the coronavirus pandemic. I'm still looking at the death count. I'm still watching this. I'm just keeping a close eye on things. I want some, as we in this lockdown and everything's shut down. And I saw yesterday when Nissan closed a factory and furloughed 10,000 workers. Another clothing store called Carter's, it's mainly for children's clothing. They no longer are going to pay their employees. It's a lot of companies just that saying, okay, we can't ride this out this way, and if we're going to do this, we're going to do this a different way. And they're just laying off or furloughing their employees until they can reopen these stores. It's going to take, I think it's going to be a lot of damage done to retail, restaurants, car sellers. We know they were already on edge anyway. I see where the Ashbury Group was a dealership, a car dealership company that owns all these multiple dealerships in Atlanta, like Nally, BMW, and Nally, all these Nissan and all that stuff. They laid off all their workers. They said they had to furlough them. They couldn't pay them in the midst of all this. I mean, no one can really keep workers in it. The only people making money right now is Kroger, the grocery stores. Maybe Home Depot and Lowe's are selling some stuff. I don't know what's going on there. But we all know the grocery stores seem to be, have been for a little while, so everybody's going to get food. Well, ain't nothing else open. So we shall see how this plays out over the next few weeks. Because we got, don't forget my birthday's April the 9th. I'll be sitting right here at this table with a cup of coffee. Where am I going? I'm supposed to be going someplace on vacation somewhere. This week I was supposed to be going someplace traveling, like I do every year. But this year's a little different. You're hibernating hide from the coronavirus. Praying that the coronavirus will go away. Well, I think the coronavirus is here to stay. It ain't going over no time soon. So as they try to slow down lower the curve, I think this curveball they threw us is going to be sitting in our laps for quite some time. And we better find some other way to maneuver around the coronavirus. But anyway, it's about 10 o'clock. I'm about to cook some breakfast. Sorry for the glitch in the video. I'll look at it and see, but a part of the video froze, but you can still hear my audio, but you won't. I'm kind of like frozen. But anyway, I'm out of here and enjoy the rest of your day. It's Tuesday, April 7th. The year is 2020, and I'm out.